The number one bulking mistake is not eating enough calories. Now, before you go anywhere, I know that everybody mentions that one thing, not eating enough calories, but I can't do a bulking mistakes video without mentioning that you're not eating enough calories. Most of you think that you're eating a lot of calories, but a lot of calories doesn't equate to eating enough calories. Just because you think you're eating a lot doesn't mean you're eating enough, and if you are not gaining weight, you are not eating enough calories. You may be eating 2,500 calories a day, but if you're not gaining weight, that means you need to eat 3,000 a day. If you're not gaining weight on 3,000 a day, eat 3,500 a day. You need to keep upping those calories, and the truth is everybody will be different. Some people can eat 2,200 and gain weight, and some people need 3,000. Everybody will be different, and that's something you need to figure out for yourself. I typically recommend aiming to gain around 0.5 pounds to the scale each week, so that would be a total of 2 pounds a month. If you can aim for that, then you can adjust your calories based on that. If you are really struggling to eat enough food, at the end of the video, if you want to stay until the end, I'm going to share with you a bonus tip to help deal with that, how you can still hit the number of calories that you need if you're struggling to eat food. Bulking mistake number 2 is consuming weight gainer shakes. Not only are weight gainer shakes terrible for your health, they contain cancer-causing chemicals such as sugar, dextrose, multidextrin, and a whole world of other things. They also don't really work either. Most weight gainer shakes don't have that many calories anyway. And in terms of supplementation, really the only supplements I recommend are whey protein and creatine monohydrate. If you're enjoying this video so far, then don't forget to click that like button. That just lets me know that I'm doing a good job. And the third mistake, the third bulking mistake that most people are making is you're not training hard enough and consistent enough. The truth is you can't expect to build more muscle if you're not working hard enough in the gym. You need to be performing anywhere between 9 and 15 sets per body part, split up throughout the week. If you're not hitting that much volume every week, you can't expect to build muscle. When I say training hard, that does mean focusing on every single repetition, timing your rests between each set, and actually focus on lifting that weight. I think we live in a world where we're so obsessed with our phones and other distractions that the modern human brain tends to go and do other things or talk to somebody or start scrolling through Instagram, and instead of resting for 60 seconds you've now rested for 3.5 minutes, and that's messed your whole intensity up with what your program is telling you to do. And if it's programmed by a good coach, everything is strategic in there, and if you're not following it to the T, to the letter, then there's a good chance you won't get as good results as you would if you was actually following that program as you should be. The second part to this is consistency, and I have to be honest with you guys, this was my biggest mistake when I first started working out. I spent probably the first year of working out sort of going to the gym a few days a week, and maybe I would just miss one session, but one session every week for the whole year, that's 52 sessions that you've missed. And if you're missing 52 workouts, that's a big deal. You're going to notice a difference in your progress, in your results, if you're missing workouts. Like I said, for me personally, that was my biggest mistake. I used to go to the gym after school with a friend, and there was always that one day a week where we'd go off and do something else instead, and those workouts are missed. That's you missing potential progress in the gym. Bulking mistake number 4 is eating too much junk food. Now, I actually recommend that you have a small amount of junk food, because eating junk food makes your nutrition sustainable. If you have one chocolate bar every day, you look forward to that one little thing, and it's not going to cause a big problem. What people do is they think that because you're bulking, that means you can eat whatever you want. Because you're eating in a calorie surplus, because you've boosted up those calories, you think that you can just eat anything and it doesn't matter. Not only does junk food affect the quality of muscle that you build, but it also is going to affect obviously your health as well. So making sure that most of your food comes from nutrient dense foods. I have a video on some good foods to eat, so you can see that somewhere on my YouTube channel. But making sure most of your foods are nutrient-dense foods is very important for the quality of muscle that you build, not just eating all junk food. I have often said in the past that I don't think it's a bad idea for someone to be eating junk food who's really struggling to gain weight, just for that first 1 to 2 months while they're getting their workouts together, they're getting into the flow of things, because there is a lot to learn, you know, making sure that you're sleeping correct, making sure you're getting your workouts in, making sure you're learning the correct form and constantly improving in your workouts. and all of the things with your nutrition, it's a lot to take in. So if you are sort of dirty bulking for that first 1 or 2 months, it's not a big deal as a beginner, but certainly as you progress you need to be cleaning up your diet. The fifth bulking mistake is sort of the opposite of what we said earlier, and that's actually eating too much. The mistake that's easy to make is thinking that you can just eat as much as you want because you're bulking, but all that results in is extra fat gain, which is fat that you're going to have to strip off later. What you don't want to do is spend 4 or 5 months bulking, gain 30 pounds of fat, and then have to spend another 3 months really trying to get rid of all of that body fat. What you want to do is aim to gain around 0.5 pounds per week to the scale. That way you're not going to be gaining too much extra body fat. If you gain 2 pounds a month, you may gain 1 pound of muscle, 1 pound of body fat. There's no point in gaining 5 pounds a month because you're not going to build any more muscle, you're just gaining extra body fat. So don't eat too many calories. I did promise you guys a bonus tip, and that bonus tip is for those people who are struggling to eat that many calories per day. What you can do is actually drink some of your calories. So what I would recommend doing is blending up a few ingredients. So maybe 2 scoops of whey protein, 2 bananas, and then you want to start adding things like almond butter, coconut oil, oats. All of those things together, start blending that up. You can get that up to anywhere between 800 and 1,000 calories just for drinking that shake. So maybe you eat 2,000 calories a day of food, and before bed you drink 1,000 calorie shake. That's your problem solved. The next video you're going to want to watch is actually a video that I go in detail telling you guys how long you should spend in the gym. Some people don't know whether they should spend 30 minutes in the gym or 45 minutes seems to be the right thing, or some people think you should spend 2 hours in the gym. So that video is going to clear it up and tell you how long you need to spend in the gym on your workouts to get the best results.